Welcome to the Wolf's Den and another action figure review. Today we're taking a look at the Star Wars Black Series figure, the Imperial Patrol Trooper. This guy comes to us from the Han Solo movie, and I really don't remember these troopers from that movie, but I only watched the movie once so far, so next time I watch it I'll have to pay closer attention. Thought these guys looked pretty cool, so let's bust this figure out of the package and see if he meets that expectation. Let's start off by taking a look at his articulation, and it is actually quite interesting in some spots, but we'll get to that shortly. First we have his head, which rotates all the way around, and it does bend down a little bit, not really up, but you can kind of tilt it side to side, so there's some movement there, just not a lot. The arms do raise to the side that far, and you could heard that click, so he's got pretty tight joints except for one of his legs here, and really tight, hard to put it back down. In fact, as I'm trying to put it back down, you'll notice this separate shoulder joint here kind of popping out, and I'm not sure if it's supposed to be doing that. And there, I kind of got it back in, but there, now I got his arm back in place, and you can see it rotates all the way around. But yeah, he's got this new kind of shoulder joint here that I've seen something similar on Marvel Legends figures. It's kind of hard to make it out because this armor piece is in the way, and this is actually not attached. I think it's removable, at least from everything I can tell. But I can't get it off because I couldn't get his head off, and I didn't want to try to force it. So I believe this is a separate piece, but it's kind of covering up his new kind of shoulder joint. So these can kind of rock back and forth like so. So that's interesting. And then he does have single jointed elbow, and that does rotate also. And then the wrists rotate, and then they rock in and out. The waist does rotate fully around, and it rocks side to side and forward and back. So there's a lot of movement there. His legs move out to the side that far, and then forward that far also. He does have a thigh swivel, but this one's really tight. I can't get it to rotate, but he doesn't need to because he can also rotate fully up here also, which is different. I don't know that I've seen that on a Star Wars figure before. But then he does have double jointed knees. Again, tight, very tight. There we go. He does swivel at the boots here. And then his ankles rock up and down, and then side to side. So I think that's all his articulation. There's a lot here, some new stuff that I haven't seen on Black Series figures before. Really interesting. Really like it. And as I mentioned, a loose joint. This leg is kind of loose, as you can see. It kind of flops around a little bit, but that's probably just a case of my figure. It's probably not going to be the same case for all of these. Looking closer at the figure, see the very nice helmet details here. Very reminiscent of a traditional stormtrooper, but definitely colored differently. Instead of being mostly white, there's a lot of black on here, especially in the back. Really like that look. And he's kind of got this piece on the forehead area that's different than a stormtrooper. Very nicely detailed, very good look. Might be hard to tell, but his visor is kind of this dark green color, which is also unique. A lot of great detail throughout. As I mentioned before, I believe this chest piece is removable, but I haven't been able to get it off. Don't want to try too much. I don't want to break the figure. So yeah, very different than a typical stormtrooper. It's a nice new look, nice new unique type of trooper here. They did a great job on the details, like the texture, the foldings of on the pant legs there. Some nice looking boots. Overall, a really unique trooper here. And he does come with a couple accessories. First one is this little baton. Not much to it. And he can hold it quite well. I'll put it in his left hand here. You know, no problems there. And when he's not using it, he's got this little holster for it. Just slides right in like so. No problems there. Next he has this little blaster, which is very reminiscent of the Scout Trooper blaster. And some nice paint apps on there too. And that fits in his right hand. His fingers are adjusted so it'll fit in his right hand really well. There we go. And it stays in, it's not loose. And again, when he's not using it, if he'd let go, there we go. He's got a holster for it. And it just slides in like so, and it's a good fit, it doesn't fall out or anything. So there we are. Now for my final thoughts. I've always liked different variations of the Stormtrooper armor that they've come out with over the years, and I'm finding that the more recent movies, the Disney movies, have done an excellent job in creating cool new looks for Stormtroopers and different types of Stormtroopers, and this guy is definitely no exception. I think they did a great job in designing this character, and Hasbro did a great job in making this figure. It's a fantastic figure. They've done some cool things in trying some different types of articulation, at least I think so. I haven't run into this articulation before, like in the arms and the legs. So I'm glad they're experimenting and trying new things and seeing how it works. And I think it more or less worked out on this figure. I'm not so sure about the shoulders. They might be popping out too much. I'm not sure that they're supposed to. But at least at the moment he's staying together. So let's hope it's a good experiment and that they'll continue on it in the future. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this review. Hope to see you soon again for some more action figure reviews. Until then, thanks for watching, and God bless.